Alrighty guys, I'm Morthadon and we are back for ReZero Season 2, Episode 25. This is the finale of Season 2. I am pretty excited. I will admit, and as you guys have probably seen if you've watched through my reactions for this, I was a little, harsh on, the first part of Season 2. I think it was mainly because I knew the break was coming and I wanted things to be resolved, and I didn't really get where they were going with the season. It felt weird having 25 episodes to resolve, one storyline, but it ended up being, a bunch of different storylines and stuff like that. But this second half has, pulled me in, and even as I rewatch other people react to the first part, I kind of wish I, was a little more open-minded and stuff like that, because, I did really enjoy a lot of the stuff in the first part. It was just some things that I remember being a little critical on, but I have been absolutely loving it, and going back and seeing the first part again of Season 2, I even love that. Now that I've seen this, it makes it even better, and stuff like that, so, yeah, I'm excited for this finale, needless to say. We have Subaru, who managed to save Beatrice. They beamed their way all the way to Emilia in the sanctuary, where they are confronted by a whole bunch of rabbits. Emilia was trying to save everyone. We have Roswaal, who's kind of brain dead a little bit. Not brain dead, but he's lost his shit. Ram's hurt a lot, and yeah, craziness going on. But I just want to get into this, so let's just watch it, shall we? Alrighty, we're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah. Yeah. Save that for later. Of course I'm ready. Oh, I got the perfect handicap. I love it. Ugh. I hate that chattering. Oh. Alright, here we go. Jesus, that's so many. Alright, they need to kill all of them at once though, right? They just replicate. Jeez. Alright. Huh. Okay. Oh shit. Jeez. Okay. So kind of helping her weave her power as the contract holder. That's hard to say, Minya! Ah, interesting. They can only... Okay. Interesting. I guess it makes sense if they didn't have an upper limit, they would have just consumed the planet by now. Oh shit, a decoy! So true. It's so true. Jeez, he's just carrying her? Subaru, you crazy motherfucker. Oh, he's wrangling them. Is he caging them all in? You got this, Emilia. Alright. We've boxed them all in. Okay. Cool. I like it. Keeping them all caged up. Oh, jeez. Alright. Great Spirit, Beatrice. Shamak! Oh. Oh my god, they're eating each other! What? What did she do? Are they just gone? What? Oh shit. Damn. Okay, that's one way to handle them. They're just gonna consume themselves and replicate for all eternity. Ram! Aww. A little smile. What's with that face? Oh. Aww. I don't want this show to end. I want 500 more seasons. Oh shit. Alright. They've both changed. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, yes, I love that line so much. Aww. That's a good answer. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so they revealed that. Yeah. That was my thought. Yeah. It's not his descendants. He passed his soul down. Yep, that was what I was talking about. Yeah, his children. Oh, that's cool. The reflection of younger him. Jeez. Oh shit. uh, I like how he blames Roswell for that. Aww. So many things. Aww. Yeah, so he used his. I had someone leave me a comment, kind of why he acted like someone else, and it was mainly so that way people didn't know that he passed his soul down. That was the one thing I didn't think about in the last episode when I was going over my theory on Roswell. Oh, all right. Fuck. Oh. That line almost makes it seem like it might be a little longer until we see Puck again. Interesting. Oh. Her ears are even red. You okay? What? Now he's gonna turn red. Yep, there it is. What? What? Huh? Huh? Oh my god. Oh my god. I hate you, Puck. Oh, that cut to the cat. That's great. Oh my god. Poor me. Oh my god. Jesus. Everyone's just getting their licks in. What the heck? His face. Oh, Ram. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so he's joining up with Subaru. Aw, Rem. All right. It's gonna be an interesting dynamic from here. That's just hindsight. Auto. Hmm. Yeah. Oh god. What is that? An oath sealed with a curse? Hmm. Damn. Jeez. Oh shit. Scary. Yeah. Aw. Grandma. I hope Subaru explained to Emilia that she's not pregnant. Hmm. Aw. Yeah. His freaking puffy face. What does Emilia get to say? Oh? What is it? Ah. Emilia, such a childlike understanding of the world. Alright, there it is. Cool. Oh. But, okay. I was gonna say, is that it? Oh shit. What is this? Look at them all! Look at Garfield! Damn, Subaru looks good. The Melode family. And Rose. Okay. God, the way they talk about that shit is... I don't even know what to make of that. I just had a thought. No. Never mind. Never mind. Doesn't work. Damn. Emilia. Looking good. Oh, is Subaru... Yeah, he's officially becoming her knight. Damn. You win for today. For today, that's ominous. Oh. He is being knighted. Just accidentally kills him and he resets back to the beginning of all of this. His pride. Oh, his parents. Oh. Huh. Did she win? Did she have that reaction because he's never really talked about his parents before? Oh. Okay. Aw. That's an adorable face. Hmm. That's right. He talked about fairies before, and they're like evil or whatever, right? In this world, it's like an insult. Hmm. Like one of the oldest ones here. Such a child. Ooh. Oh, a promise? Oh, why do I hope they have that talk. I feel like if this wasn't the finale, I feel like that talk would never happen and something would go wrong. I feel like if I were to guess... Oh shit, I guess they have a lot to talk about. I feel like at least one of the things she wants to say is I love you too, or something, but... Maybe she wants to talk about the past or something too. Everything she went through in the trial. Oh. Oh. Yeah. No big old tears. Aw. Even Rem's there? That's kind of a little weird, but I guess nice. Oh, such a nice little chat. Nice little ending so far. Are they going to leave us with anything, though? Are they going to tease anything more? Or are they just going to leave us at, like, a decent spot? They got to dance, too. That's awesome. Aww. Nice. Oh, the opening, right? The opening's so banger. That's a good choice putting this at the end show. The ending was good too, don't get me wrong, but Oh. Get some nice pictures. Oh, Rem and Ram. Oh, that was one good finale. I liked it. Petra and Beatrice. Oh, nice. Ryuzu and Roswell. Oh. That's, Shit. We just heard of this episode. How can I not remember? Whatever. It's the off family, like the branch family of the Roswell or the Margraves. It started with an M, but for some reason I cannot remember it now. Oh, cool. Yep, and that is it. That is all, guys. The end of episode 25 and the finale. Oh man. Yeah, that was a great finale. I like it because that leaves it in a good place. There's obviously a ton of things from season 2 that have yet to be wrapped up, but well, I shouldn't say wrapped up because that's the wrong word. It's just like things that they hinted at that they never got around to showing, which is just like, you know, future arcs and future info down the road and stuff like that. It's not a big deal. So like there's obviously more to the story. It's not like this ending is to lead you to believe that like this is it, like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood kind of ending where like this is the end, you know? It's just a good spot where they didn't tease us with like a cliffhanger or anything, because I think that's the thing about ReZero is who knows how long it's going to be until another season comes, because I'm pretty sure, like, I don't even know if the light novel has enough content to do another season, you know, right now. So they might have to wait until more is written, unless they, like, tried to go their own anime original path, but I hope they don't try to do that. Especially with a show like this, where it seems like it feels like there's a lot of stuff. Like, I feel like the writer of this, like, came up with the end, and now they're working backwards to reach that end, and I'd be worried that if it was someone else, like, if the anime tried to do an original kind of thing, that it just wouldn't, like, things wouldn't fit as properly as I think it could in, you know, the light novel. But anyway, but yeah, I'm glad they wrapped it up this way without, like, a cliffhanger, and now it's like, well, how long do we have to wait? You know, is it gonna be... Because it was, like, what, Season 1 and Season 2, there was, like, a few-year gap in between, right? It was, like, 3 years or something, I think. It was a pretty long time, you know, more than typical if they were just to do back-to-back seasons of a show. Like, kind of like how, like, My Hero Academia, you know, we knew that was getting another season, and it was just... you know, pretty much like a year wait or whatever it was. Might have been a little more than a year, but either way. But yeah, this finale was great. I loved the, like, I loved the way they handled the Great Rabbit. I do little, like, slightly wish that we got to see a little bit more of a battle, you know? But what we got to see was cool, and I'm glad, like, it is showing, like, it's kind of using this Great Rabbit to demonstrate, like, Beatrice's strength, you know? And she was able to, you know, they were able to wrangle them all in. Now, I wonder, like, obviously it just depends on what the writer wants to do, because there's no way we could analyze it and figure it out, but... is it possible that there's, like, one rabbit left on the outside and they replicate and grow again, you know? I think it is possible. And have the Great Rabbit, like, return or something. I think it's definitely possible. I don't think that it's as dead as, the whale is, you know? But at least for now, that crisis is averted. We got to see, Subaru wrangle them all in. We had Emilia, like, trace a line from the barrier that he made and raise them up off the ground. And then we had Beatrice just, like, cast Shamak, which I don't know why it caused them all to eat each other. I don't know if that was, like, them not being able to, like, recognize each other because of the Shamak, and they just, like, bit into the closest, like, piece of flesh near them, or if she did some other kind of spell to, like, confuse the enemy and make them attack each other, or something like that. I don't know, but whatever it was, they all started eating each other, and then she just warped them into their own pocket dimension, like where the library stayed, where she says they can never get out of, but I guess that could be another plot line where someone, like, more powerful than Beatrice gets them out for whatever reason, but yeah, so, like, I wouldn't say, until I see, like, the enemy dead on the screen, but that's a hard enemy to, like, kill on the screen, like, because, I mean, same with the white whale. If you just warp the white whale into another dimension, I'd be like, well, maybe it'll come back someday, so. But yeah, it was cool seeing it. It was cool seeing Subaru, like, picking up so quickly on how to wield the power, because obviously he was channeling it through Beatrice, so it's not like it's his own power. It's a part of the contract that he's able to kind of, like, control her power while she concentrates on other things, and I thought that was a neat little thing, and he picked up on it pretty fast and was able to utilize it fairly efficiently in what he wanted to do with it, but yeah, that was cool. And then we spent the rest of the episode was just kind of like, wholesome, fun stuff, where we had, for one, that Emilia shit with her thinking that she's pregnant because she thinks when people kiss. Like, I guess, like, if you think about, I was gonna say, like, how do you not know by the time you're hurt? Because she's old, right? Like, obviously she looks like she could be, like, a 16-year-old girl or something. But she's been around a lot longer than that. Even then, I'm still amazed that she hasn't, like, figured that out and how that works. But she has been very isolated almost all of her life. Pretty much all of her life. Even when she, like, left the frozen forest that she was in, she went to the Roswell mansion where she never really went out because everyone, thought she was Satella and stuff like that. So I guess that's how, but it's still amazing that she went however many years. I don't know how old she is. A lot of years from what it seems, at least to me. And she still just believes that kissing is how you make a baby. So that was, and, like, it wasn't even like, if you kiss, there's a chance. She was like, no. She's like, no, we're having a kid. We gotta talk about this, But the question is, we never got to see Subaru explain it to her. So what did he say to her? Like, did he just say, Emilia, babies aren't made from kissing. That's just what, like, parents tell kids because they don't want to explain the real reason. And then she's like, well, how are babies made then, Subaru? And did he have to, like, explain it, Or, I don't know. Like, or did he just leave her with, like, okay, so that's not how they're made, now I gotta figure out how they're made, Obviously, they left that up in the air. That's not the kind of thing that they talk about in anime too much, but yeah, that was just, I was so confused. I thought it was gonna be, like, because there's, like, magic in this world, right? I thought there was gonna be some, like, magical reason as to why she's pregnant, And I thought it was, like, an actual, like, plot point that we were gonna have going into season 3 or whatever, but nope, it was just Emilia being an adorable little goober and lacking a lot of, like, the regular knowledge of the world. So, that was funny. But yeah, and then we had the whole apology with Roswell and all that. Or I guess we also had Roswell and Beatrice, which is really cool, over Echidna's grave. And, like, I guess while we're talking about it, I'm really fascinated by the fact that Subaru and Emilia, who both saw Echidna, don't recognize the person laying in that grave. Now, what I thought about during the episode, you'll probably notice that I, like, look up and I'm, like, thinking, and then I'm like, no, that doesn't work. At one point during that reaction was, my thought process was, okay, what if, like, we know that Subaru forgot everything about Echidna one of the times that he left, so what if he forgot everything about Echidna after that last time where he, like, denied the contract from her and everything? Like, I don't remember the last time he mentioned Echidna, right? Like, I feel like it's been a while. Maybe he did mention it and I'm just not remembering. But then maybe the same thing with Emilia. Emilia knew Echidna in the trials and everything. But then when she finished the trials and went into that room, did she forget who Echidna was again? And that's why when she went there, she's like... I forget exactly what she said, but she said something like, who's this woman here, or something. She said something that made it seem like she had no idea who was laying down there. So, like, is that not really Echidna? Or is that, like... Or are they, like, not remembering who Echidna is at this point? Same with, Subaru here was, like... did you say... He said something like, did you say goodbye to that woman? Why would he say that woman? We all know her name. It's not any kind of mystery. It made it seem like he doesn't know who that is. He's just saying, like, oh, yeah, did you say bye to that person? Whoever she is, you know? And he always just referred to her as teacher and stuff like that. Like, I'm so mind blown by that whole thing that it makes me wonder, like, is it just the fact that now that, you know, he's not getting pulled into the garden anymore and he doesn't have that contract, she just revoked the privilege of him keeping the memories, you know, and did the same for Emilia, so none of them remember Echidna now? Or is it something even more where, like, somehow that's not really Echidna, we've been seeing, like, something different, or somehow, I don't know, because that'd be weird, because, like, we saw the same person Subaru did in there, and it looks exactly like the person laying down there. Same with Emilia saw Echidna and everything. So how would they not recognize her if they still have the memories? Like, assuming they still have the memories of Echidna, why wouldn't they recognize the body there? Because it looks identical, you know? I don't know. Like, that's one of, like, the most interesting things about this season, like, at this point, is just that. And maybe I'm just overlooking it, or maybe it's like a subtitle issue. I hope it's not, though, because it seems crazy. But we did have confirmation. It was something, like, I don't know if it was, or whatnot, but I did have a comment, like, kind of, like, someone else saying that, like, a lot of the stuff that they heard me talking about, they thought was pretty accurate. They agreed with me and everything, and then they said, like, you know, Roswaal, like, the one thing I was hung up on last episode talking about the whole Roswaal thing, and the fact that it seemed like he passed his soul down, right? But yet he still appeared before Beatrice and said, like, hi, I have all the information from my predecessor, it's nice to meet you, and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, well, if he's the same person, why does he do that? Something that I didn't really factor in is that he doesn't want people to know that he's been passing his soul down. He wants people to think it's a predecessor, so, you know, he changes his, you know, he acts like he doesn't know, he changes his you know, look a little bit, his personality a little bit, and, you know, becomes this new Roswaal where he's still the same soul. And I think it also confirmed here, even though he didn't come out and say it, but that he uses his children, which is another thing that I was told in the comment in the previous episode, that he uses children to pass the soul down, which I kind of already knew that anyway, because of the fact that they all looked so similar, you know? It's a key defining feature of what someone, like, to know that it's like a passing down sort of thing. So Roswaal specifically had children in order to pass his soul down, because in order for this, like, transferring the soul to work, from what I understood of what he said, the body needs to be occupied by another soul, and it needs to be someone really close to your own, like, really close to your own soul, so, like a son, you know? Now, what's interesting is, did he just luck out on having a son like the first try, or has Roswaal had many children, and just like who are all the women? Are they like these branch families? Like, is it possible that this girl that we just saw, I actually didn't even think about this until now, this girl could be a daughter of Roswaal? You know, maybe he tried to have a son and had a daughter instead, and or maybe like, I don't know, maybe this is like his granddaughter and his daughter is married to someone else that's in that family, and it changed the last name, which is why they said a different name for this family, but it's a branch family of the Margraves, is because it's his, daughter or whatever. Like, could it be something like that? I don't know. But yeah, that's interesting. I'm kind of glad that they confirmed that for us here in this last episode for the most part. So, but yeah, and we had the apology to the apology from Roswaal and all this different stuff. The contract, or the oath, I guess. There's a difference between like contracts, oaths, and I can't remember what the other one was, but yeah, what's interesting was he made this oath. They said that like one of them was through like a bloodline, whereas another one was just on the body, right? And I'm pretty sure oath was the one just on the body, which means if Roswaal passes his soul down, he's going to be free from that thing that's causing him to not be able to harm Subaru and them and everything, which means that it makes it, when I think about that, it makes it even more ominous when towards the end, when they're at the whole like ball kind of thing going on where Subaru got knighted, where he said, "Looks like you win for now," it makes that a whole lot more ominous. But they also made the point that he was teasing Subaru as well, so like maybe it's just that as well. Maybe he is gonna follow Subaru, but especially because he said he thinks that's the only way that he's gonna get Echidna back in the flesh, is through Subaru somehow. But yeah, crazy stuff. I also like that Subaru finally got knighted, because that was a aspect of Season 1 where he called himself a knight, and then, got a lot of shit from the actual knights because he was calling himself a knight and stuff like that. But now he's been officially knighted. It'll be cool if he, actually learned, he had that sword and everything, and we know that he did a little bit of sword fighting, even though it was more, taking out his frustrations with, Wilhelm? Was that it? I think it was Wilhelm. And I think, that'd be cool if he actually picked that up again and actually started, really training with the sword. I mean, granted, a lot of the situations Subaru gets in, I don't think a sword is going to save him, but he also has that whole unseen hand. He calls it something different, but we have yet to see him use that again either. So I don't know if that's ever going to be, I can imagine a world where Subaru has that as last-ditch efforts, but it's something where he doesn't want to use that, dark power that Petulgeuse used to use and everything as often, He probably doesn't want to use it very much, so, but it'll be interesting. That might be kind of a cool thing, because when he does use it, it's going to be an oh shit moment, rather than something that he just uses all the time, and it's oh, he's doing that again, so that could be interesting, but yeah, so I wonder if they were hinting at an OVA or anything with that, long talk that Emilia wanted to have with Subaru, or is it just implied that Emilia just wants to, tell Subaru a lot about her life, and have him, bear the burden with her because she knows he'll understand and stuff like that. It's probably, I doubt it's hinting at, an OVA or anything, but especially because OVAs tend to be, really fun stuff, typically, and that one might be a little bit heavy, even though ReZero has had other OVAs that were a bit more heavy than fun, but but yeah, I don't know. They really emphasized on that talk that they wanted to have and stuff like that. Yet we didn't get to see it. So, or maybe that'll just be something we go into next season or whatever. But yeah, I continue to love Emilia and Subaru's relationship and everything. I can't wait to see it grow more as the seasons pass, assuming we get more seasons, you know. I also loved the whole Beatrice stuff because, you know, they love, like, throwing in these love triangle-y sort of thingies, you know, where Roswaal was like, you know you're never gonna be a number one to him, right? It's like talking to Beatrice, and she's like, that doesn't matter. I've already resolved myself that I want him to become my number one, you know? It's not about him reciprocating the feelings. It's about, him being a special person to me kind of thing. And I'm sure there's like some deeper meanings you can extrapolate from that. But I liked how like simple and earnest it was, and it wasn't like, even though Roswaal tried to like stir up some jealousy kind of stuff, she just completely disregarded it, And I like that she repeated the line back that Subaru said, which is a line that I really enjoyed in the last episode too, which was the whole like, I'll make you happier than, that person who, is a stranger that you've never even met. I butchered the line completely, but you guys know what line I'm talking about. I really liked it. It was really, really good. So, but yeah, this season as a whole, like I kind of said in the beginning, I had some gripes with just the fact that it kept building on like more and more challenges for Subaru in the first part, and then we had to wait like 3 months or whatever it was for the second part to come out. And I think knowing that I had to wait 3 months for the second part really put a damper on things, and there were some things that I talked down about then, but I did enjoy the first half. Obviously there's still some things left hanging from that. Like right in the beginning we had it was like Regulus or something like that, the two archbishops that we had in the beginning. I can't remember their names now, and we got to see a little bit more of the greed one, right? It was greed, right? I believe it was greed, yeah. The greed one with the flashback stuff. We also got hinted at like Pandora, but that was in the second half. But yeah, we never really got like a resolution to them. They just kind of like showed up. They just kind of like were like, hey, these guys exist, and that's just a problem for another day, which I think that was one of the things that messed me up in the first part. Was I was like, we still have to get like all the way back to them too. Like I imagine they're going to show up at one point and deal with them. So like it was just so much build up and everything. But there were a lot of moments in the first part I liked. Like a lot of the conversations with Echidna, I enjoyed getting pulled into that tea party, and just like the wishy-washy nature of Echidna, where like sometimes she seemed like she was like a really good person, just like trying to gain more knowledge. Other times you could really tell she's a witch, and like I couldn't really figure out what her intentions were. And even now I still couldn't tell you if I feel like Echidna's a bad person or a good person, like I couldn't tell you if she's evil or just selfish, like I don't know. I still don't know what to make of that at all. Which is interesting. Like even after that last bit where she tried to make Subaru like have a contract with him. And one thing I actually on rewatching, I didn't really pick up on, I guess, like sometimes I will admit like my reading retention isn't the best, and there's sometimes where the dialogue is moving so fast, and it's like there's a bunch of little subtleties in that dialogue that sometimes I miss things. And one of the things that I noticed while I was going through, like, I've been watching Semblance of Sanity's reaction, and they recently were at that episode, and when she was offering Subaru to help him to achieve his, whatever he wants to achieve, she'd be like a guiding voice, and she'd like walk him through to the perfect end. He mentioned something along the lines of, yeah, but would you take me... I can't remember the exact wording, but he said, like, would you take me down the fastest route? Like the route with the least of him dying. And she just stood there and smiled. And I never really picked up on what they were trying to hint at there. They were hinting at, if Subaru accepted this contract, what she would have done is given him, like, either false info or somehow guided him in a way that he would have to die over and over and over and over and over and over and over in order for her to learn as much as possible about the situation. And only once she feels content with how much she's learned, because she is the Witch of Greed, she wants all this knowledge, she wants to learn as much as possible, then she would tell him how he could get past it, So I never really, like, picked up on that when I was first going through. I guess that little subtlety just, like, went over my head, and that just, once again, like, as I rewatch, I still don't know how I feel about Echidna, because there's a lot of things I felt she's done that's evil, but there's a lot of things that I felt like she's just, like, curious more than that, and, like, maybe a little selfish, So, I don't know. And then just the fact that all the other witches, like, jumped in to try to prevent Subaru from making a mistake, and then even the Witch of Wrath, who helped, like, that talked to Emilia and, like, wouldn't turn around for her or anything, like, genuinely seemed kind of nice. So I still don't know, like, are these witches all evil, or are they all, good with their own faults, and maybe history has built them up to be more than what they are. I don't know. It's something where I feel like I'd have to, like, rewatch and, like, kind of really analyze what they're saying and try to, like, see how I feel after a rewatch or two, which I'm sure I'll rewatch this show multiple times. I never hesitate to say it. I watch Blind Wave a lot of their reactions too, and they actually have a poll up right now with ReZero on it, and I'm hoping it wins because I'd love to see their reaction too, which means I'd be going through the show again. Granted, that'd be season 1, and by the time, what is that, like 24, 25 episodes in season 1, so by the time they even get to this point, it'll be like almost a year that me watching it again anyway, so by the time they get to this point, but yeah. But yeah, I'm baffled by how the witches have done how they've done such a good job writing it, and maybe I'm alone in these beliefs, but I feel like they've done a really good job writing it in a way that I'm just not sure, But yeah, as for, like, the second half of the season, I love the relationship stuff between Emilia and Subaru. I love how they're, a lot of that drama stuff with, like, Emilia getting angry at Subaru for various things, and Subaru, like, being a little, like, selfish and whiny about things and stuff like that have resolved themselves, and now in this season, it's just, like, wholesomeness and adorableness with them. And then I loved all the trials. I guess that's a part of the first half I forgot to talk about, but I love the trial with Subaru's parents. That was just a really awesome moment. Like, Subaru's mom and dad are awesome, and like, I wish there was a way we could see more of that, but I doubt we ever will. And I love how this episode, he actually, like, thought about his mother and father, too, So that was really cool. And even Emilia, like, talked about, or she had a reaction to that. So I almost wonder, like, if Emilia spills about her past, will she want Subaru to spill about his past, and what is he gonna say? Like, will he ever try to explain to Emilia that he's been brought here from another world? Can he even do that, or would the Witch of Envy's grab him, Because I know he can't talk about return by death, but could he talk about that he came from another world, Like, I wonder if that will ever stir a wrench in their relationship, right? Like, if he tries to, but then stops and can't, and she gets mad about that, But anyway. But yeah, the other trial stuff, like learning about the past of Emilia, like the origins of Betelgeuse, kinda, and Mother Fortuna and stuff like that, like even just finding out that someone as powerful as Pandora exists and wondering if she's still around today, like why does she look so similar to Echidna as well? Like is there any kind of relation there or something? Like what what is what is she? Like obviously she's a witch and stuff like that, but yeah, I just there's so much more about that I'm interested in. I want to learn, but just learning about the origins of a bad guy from season one, that makes like season one gonna seem so much like different. Like I'm curious to like go back and watch season one too and analyze some of the stuff that Betelgeuse says and just relate it back, because I know he always talked about like love and stuff like that, and like we know he loved Mother Fortuna and stuff like that. So I just wonder like how much of that you can connect back to like he's really like in his madness he's talking about the Witch of Envy, but maybe he really means like Mother Fortuna, or something. I don't know, but yeah, that was really cool. I really loved a lot of that flashback stuff and all that. But yeah, guys, good stuff. There's so much more that I loved about this season. I loved about like obviously Roswaal trying to or realizing. I don't know how long he's thought about it, but really like us realizing that Roswaal knows about Subaru's return by death, and stuff like that. And just like how badass Roswaal was when he like walked out into those rabbits and let him eat it and be like, I'm so like drawn by my goals that I will stand here and let this thing eat me because I know you're gonna reset things and another me will continue my path, and stuff like that. That was just crazy. And the implications of Roswaal knowing that Subaru has this ability going forward is going to be interesting. Yet, I wonder if, like, I would love to see Roswaal have a sit down and chat with Subaru where he actually says I can return by death in front of him and find out whether or not he can actually say it. Like, if people find out by accident, obviously he knows, but that doesn't trigger the Witch of Envy's, like, grasp on Subaru. So, if people find out by accident, then does that mean they're allowed to know? Can he, like, free range talk about it, or does he still have to be careful, I don't think we ever had... We haven't really had that, like, inner power grabbing onto Subaru at all this season, did we? Like, obviously he's learned that he can't talk about Return by Death in front of people. I'm surprised he didn't try to in front of Roswaal and just have that, like, happen or something, when he found out that Roswaal, like, knows and everything. But we obviously had, like, the Witch of Envy influencing in this season, like, aside from, whatchamacallit, aside from, like, that inner grasping, right? Like, it seemed like Emilia was, like, maybe possessed by the Witch of Envy, but after rewatching it during that time, it almost seemed like it could have been her, but just more crazy, like, maybe more influenced by that negative power, but not actually, like, the Witch of Envy herself, But we also had the Witch of Envy actually in, like, the Tea Party world and stuff like that, and then that time that she was, like, filled everything with clouds and in darkness and just like started going after everyone and killing everyone. So we had some like external threats of the Witch of Envy, but yeah, as far as I can remember, nothing with like the internal like grabbing of his heart and stuff like that we've had in the first season. So that's interesting. I'd be really interested to know if people can learn by accident, or like since Roswaal knows, could he tell Emilia and nothing would happen to Subaru? Like obviously I don't think Roswaal would ever tell anyone because it's too much of an advantage for him to know with no one else knowing, but But yeah, I wonder if like their relationship would ever decline so much because Subaru can't answer those questions like I talked about. If Roswaal would have to go and confront her and tell her all of these things because Subaru can, you know. And then she'd like go back to Subaru and be like, "I'm sorry, I didn't know," you know, and all that. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I think that's it for this season. Obviously, as soon as more ReZero comes out, I will be doing it regardless of what I'm watching that season. I mean, unless there's something like really crazy in my life going on where I just like really can't. But yeah, I'll most definitely be doing another season if they do make another season. So that's going to be it for ReZero. Now, guys, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but I actually forgot. This is my airing show, which is something that I replace every season with an airing show. This time I threw in Promise Neverland as extra because I was excited about that season for whatever. Like, I regret that now, but I threw that in as extra, but usually there's at least one show that I watch from each season, and I try to watch sequels before anything else, and whenever there is, like, no sequels that I need to watch, I do votes. There wasn't a vote this time because My Hero Academia is coming back. I really look forward to being able to react to the new season and everything. I love that show so much. So that's going to be what's coming next. Whenever the first episode comes out, I don't know if it's like if it's immediately this week the first episode comes out, or sometimes there is a week break between seasons depending on how they decide to release things. So we'll see. But yeah, that is coming. So if any of you guys have stuck around this long, you can look forward to My Hero Academia if you guys watch that show, because I can't wait to go through that and react to it as well. So, yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you did. Check out my Patreon if you want to see early access for my other shows, or my Patreon exclusives where I am watching Jujutsu Kaisen and Black Sails. Thank you so much for any of the support, whether it's just hitting that subscribe button, just watching the video in general, or checking out my Patreon. I appreciate all of it very, very much, and I will see you guys in my future reactions. Bye-bye.